Hello everyone! Welcome to my playthrough of Homeworld Remastered. I've actually not played any of it just yet. I literally just finished downloading everything a few minutes ago. And I am personally a huge fan of the original Homeworld, and I've played it a lot during my earlier years. And I am very curious to see what they've made of it. I've already noticed a couple differences in other footage that people have posted on YouTube, and some reviews that I've seen. But let's just see what Gearbox has made of this, and jump right into it. And first I'm going to do a tutorial, because I know a couple of things have changed, although I'm not entirely certain about everything about that yet. So let's jump right into it and see how it all how they've all changed things up. So we're just going to do the tutorials first, and we'll see what they've made of it.
Welcome to the Homeworld training mission. This tutorial will cover the user interface, camera control, unit selection, and movement. Our first priority is the taskbar. The taskbar provides you with a variety of information about what you currently have selected and provides you easy access to basic commands. Click OK to continue. You can minimize the taskbar by clicking on the flashing icon or pressing backspace. Do this now. To bring the taskbar back, keep pressing backspace. Do this now. Good job. The recall window displays all previous speech in the mission. Click on the recall icon to display all previous speech in the mission. To exit the recall window, click Close. Throughout the game, objectives will be assigned to you. Objectives give you information on what you must accomplish in each mission. Click OK to continue. You have just been issued a new objective. Good job. This is the Objectives screen. Click the Learn How to Play Homeworld objective to get more information on it. To exit the objective screen, click on the Close button. To issue orders, you must first select the ships you want to command. Left-click on the Scouts to select them. Scouts selected. New reinforcements available. A second Scout Squadron is launching. To select multiple squadrons, first hold down the left mouse button and then drag a box around both Scout Squadrons. Do this now. This is called drag selecting.
Confirmed.
I think I just broke the game by
Roger.
selecting too many things at once. Can I actually get out of here? There we go. Next tutorial, because this is a little bit too basic for me. Resourcing
This tutorial will cover
Okay, well, I was
resourcing,
hoping that they
shipbuilding,
would
and
actually
combat.
do the Homeworld, the original Homeworld tutorials, but apparently they've just ported the Homeworld 2 tutorials.
This tutorial covers control groups, special actions, and advanced commands. Control groups allow you to select the 3 squadrons of interceptors.
Yeah, this I don't really need this. I'll just go right back to the main menu. Or what's the next tutorial? There's no more tutorials. You want to? Yeah, yes, I do. I'm slightly disappointed that they didn't actually port the Homeworld 1 tutorial, because this is all. These are the Homeworld 2 tutorials. I personally actually didn't like Homeworld 2 all that much, so let's just jump into the single player instead then. Also, for those who have actually never played the original Homeworld, I would highly recommend you actually do not watch this full playthrough, because the story is very interesting and very immersive. I would actually recommend that you would actually play it yourself at some point. Although for those who have already played the original, like myself, there isn't going to be much spoilers.
"100 years ago, a satellite detected an object under the sands of the Great Desert. An expedition was sent. ancient starship buried in the sand. Deep inside the ruin was a single stone that would change the course of our history forever. On the stone was etched a galactic map and a single word more ancient than the clans themselves. Higara, our home. The clans were united, and a massive colony ship was designed. Construction would take 60 years. It would demand new technologies, new industries, and new sacrifices. The greatest of these was made by the scientist Karen Sajet, who had herself permanently integrated into the colony ship as its living core. She is now Fleet Command. The promise of the Guide Stone united the entire population. Every mind became focused on the true origin of our people. Every effort on the construction of the ship that would seek it out among the stars.
Scaffold control standing by.
All stations green.
You're cleared to approach. You got it.
Bays 8, 9, and 10 sealed.
Scaffold decks A, B, C secure. Decks D and E secure. Scaffold secure. All systems green. Release crew standing by. What a beautiful sight.
This is Fleet Command. Reporting Mothership relaunch status. Command online. Resourcing online. Construction online. Cryogenic subsections A through J online. K through S online. Scaffold control, stand by for alignment. Alignment confirmed. Stand by, release control.
All caliper banks released.
The mothership has cleared the scaffold. We are away. Stand by for command line testing.
Command line green. Initial fleet in position.
Course deleted.
Okay, let's see. This is certainly familiar to the...
Fleet intelligence going online. Our task is to analyze all sensor data and generate mission objectives. Before the hyperdrive test, several trials must be completed. Test construction by building the primary research ship. Test resource processing by harvesting the asteroids provided nearby.
Hyperspace module charging. 35% capacity and rising. The mothership will be ready for the hyperdrive test in 10 minutes.
I was wanting to say this, it certainly looks a lot more familiar.
Stand by to begin combat trials. First, we will be monitoring formation performance. Target drones have been provided here. Assign a formation to your fighters and destroy the drones.
I really like the gathering effects that the resource collectors have on this asteroid, and the asteroids actually seem to be physically breaking apart as well, which is interesting. Oh, they don't actually destroy the asteroids anymore, they simply drain them of resources. That's interesting, because in the original Homeworld these asteroids would actually eventually break apart into smaller chunks or even just disappear entirely, as they were more or less absorbed into the resource collector here. But that's certainly an interesting way of putting it. Or making that, actually. That way the asteroids aren't actually removed from the map, so to say, which is interesting, to say the least.
Standing by.
Here are our scouts. Let's have a close look at one of them, because... yeah, these look very familiar to me. Although the detail on them is very impressive. Like, the gun sections, which you can see over here, they used to be like completely flat at first, now they actually have like a physical shape. Which is pretty cool. Let's see. Do we still have... no. The original Homeworld you had like a right-click mouse menu where you could set your tactics. I'm assuming that's this now.
Weapon set to full power.
Aggressive.
Passive tactics confirmed.
Passive. And defensive.
Perimeter set.
I'm assuming defensive is the same as evasive then. And let's see, we have...
New formation acknowledged.
Delta.
New formation acknowledged.
Claw. Wall.
New formation acknowledged.
And this would be sphere, I guess? Yeah, that's sphere formation. It's interesting. Do they also have hotkeys on these? Yeah, you have all the shift keys on that, but that's not really necessary. Frigate line. Fighter screen. Capital fittings.
New formation acknowledged.
Okay, these are new. I'm not actually familiar with these. It might be something from Homeworld 2, actually. As I've previously stated, I didn't actually like that game all that much compared to the original one. So I'm not all that familiar with that particular one. Anyway, let's just put them on an X formation and move towards the drones over there, which we are supposed to take out. And this is one of the things that I really liked about Homeworld, is just like, you know, you can focus on a ship, and that still works. Okay, that's good. Because basically you can just focus on the ship while you're completely in control of your the battle still. And it's basically like you're looking at a really cool sci-fi space battle, like you would see in certain movies. But you're actually in control of the ships, which is really cool. Probably the one thing that made Homeworld such a memorable experience as well, or at least contributed to it very much.
Enemy destroyed. New orders.
One thing I do notice, however, originally the weapons that these fighters had made more of a machine gun sound effect, rather than this.
Formation trial complete. Flight analysis shows a 22% increase in combat performance. The next trial will test the effectiveness of tactics. Stand by to begin tactics trial. Use aggressive or evasive tactics and engage the target drones here.
Okay. Let's see. Defensive.
At ease.
Let's go ahead and
Strike
attack
group
those.
coordinates locked in.
I do like, however, because, you know, if they, I'm not sure what to stop
Strike
them
group coordinates locked in.
at. Let's make him stop for a second. Yeah, you can actually see the, you know, in the original game that this engine was more or less like a slit that would constantly glow, but now when they actually don't fire their engines, you see these little exhaust ports, which is really nice. And then when they fire up, it basically turns into that slit that I mentioned from the first game, except that now it's illuminated by the fire created by the engines, which is really nice actually. Also, I'm seeing a purple bar over here. I'm not sure what that's for. I would assume that's fuel, which the original game had, but I'm not. It doesn't appear to be draining much.
Show no mercy.
Okay, let's see if the sphere formation thing still
Formation
works, which I remember from the first game, which would basically allow them to fire constantly. Doesn't appear to be the case, unless I did something wrong.
This is looking good. Stay tight.
Let's try that again.
Targets. Strike group to battle positions.
And you can actually also focus on the enemy ships, which is pretty interesting.
Enemy neutralized. Awaiting orders.
Although one thing that's certainly new to me, however, is that
Strike group coordinates locked in.
you can actually move your view around with the arrow keys, which wasn't possible
Tactics trial
previously.
complete. The next trial will test the performance of the salvage corvette. Build one and capture the target drone here.
Right? Let's see, the launch menu, stay docked. I always like having my ships docked. I can just launch them when I need them.
Docking underway.
Since I no longer need the fighters, I'm gonna go ahead and dock them. Let's see, how many resources do we have? And where is our resource collector actually? Oh, it's just
Mothership.
docking.
Acknowledged.
Yeah. If I remember correctly, we do actually still have to build our primary research ship. Let's go ahead and do that right away.
Build that container block.
Salvage corvettes.
Underway.
We want a couple of those because they are really useful in later missions.
Ready. Collection confirmed. There's nothing left out here.
Okay. So apparently all these things have been drained.
Mothership. Salvage corvette complete.
I had a bit of an odd glitch there where they would constantly hear the engine loop of the fighters there. I'm not sure why it just stopped. But I did launch the fighters and I was thinking that this seems a bit of an odd of a bug actually, but nothing too
New research available.
breaking.
Research ship complete.
Launched our salvage
The
corvette.
primary research ship has been constructed. The research division is online. Begin fighter chassis research immediately.
Okay, let's collect
Salvage
this drone.
corvette complete.
And if you hold your shift key, as you see I'm doing right now, I can actually make it move up or down,
Destination.
because our drone is slightly above the original location. Yeah, these all look very familiar to what I remember, except that they obviously look a lot better than what they used to be. I mean, all the detail on the top of the hull of the ship right there, that was all flat. It was just like, you know, textured into details. You probably wouldn't even, you didn't even have all these nice little line details and panels that you have here, or even the windows, or at least not in that same way, to say the least. I do really like how familiar everything looks. It looks so much better than the original does. Okay, can I control do that? I totally can. There we go. Yeah, the reason why you want salvage corvettes a lot doing in the campaign, by the way, is for those who wonder, is because you can actually use them to capture enemy ships, which is a very beneficial factor if you do in the Homeworld campaign. I'm not sure if it's any different in the new remastered one, because for one I also noticed if you go to your research actually costs actual resources right now, which didn't used to be the case. Previously it only costed time to research things, but they've changed it around. Yeah, these all still look pretty much the same. What's neat about this, by the way, is that you can actually kind of see that this is the research ship is actually like a segment of a triangle. Like the more research ships you have, they sort of all link together until they form like a perfect circle, which looks pretty neat. And these are its drives.
Stand by for hyperdrive test. Internal pressure doors will be sealed in 2 minutes. Abort systems standing by.
Hyperspace module fully charged. I am ready to initiate quantum wave generation on your mark. Good luck, everyone.
All sections have reported in. We are clear to proceed.
Research complete.
Trigger the hyperspace drive at your discretion.
We'll wait with that for a bit, however.
Copy. Destination locked in.
Oh yeah, that's his drives. Yeah, you can see that light up as it moves. It's nice. I really like those little details. Anyway, now that we've researched that, we should be able to build interceptors, which are kind of like your...
Assembly underway.
I don't know what the proper analog would be, like, you know, your main fighter type, so to say. It's always a good idea to have a couple of them, right? Like you have these standard scouts, which have... I think they have a bit more vision range than the regular interceptors. But the interceptors overall are slightly slower, but they do pack more punch, and they can actually dish out more as well.
Interceptor complete. Interceptor complete.
Roger.
Let's see, that's our other salvage corvette.
Standing by.
Yeah, these are the interceptors.
Interceptor complete.
Okay, they put a lot of work into these, because these used to have the same kind of guns as the
Interceptor complete.
scouts have that are in front of there. But they actually have some different looking cannons right now, which is
Interceptor
actually quite neat. I like that change. Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for these 10 to be finished building, and then I'm probably gonna jump into hyperspace. I'm wondering, does the game have acceleration? Like, you know, in the previous game you actually had to collect resources from certain areas, but that would take a lot of time, and you could accelerate the time to speed up that process, but I guess I'll find that out in the next episode of this playthrough. I mean, once I press hyperspace, we're gonna all go up to the next mission, so I'll just go ahead and do that. And I'll see you guys in the next part.
At ease.